Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Selner. We get Game 2 underway. CUC winning the opener by a 10-0 score over the Regents. We go to the top of the first of Game 2. Your batting order for the number 1 ranked Cougars. It's Mercado, Tyrell, Van Duzer 1 through 3. Mariotti, Brandon, Garcia 4 through 6. Then Uba, Lackey, Fouth 7 through 9. Jose Mercado to lead off the pitcher for the Regents here in Game 2 will be number 15, the left-hander, Jake Matthews.
Leading off for Concordia, the shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
First pitch from Matthews is behind Mercado. Just a bit inside. So 1-0 the count here on Mercado. Pitch number 2 is a called strike. Now 1-1. One ball, one strike to count. Matthew winds and deals. Swung on and chopped foul on the third base side. Now 1-2. 1-2 the count on a windy, overcast day here in River Forest. Sun actually trying to peek through the clouds. That one swung on and missed, and Mercado goes down on strikes for out number 1. One out in the inning now. It'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder. One out here. Matthews on the season for the Regents has a 19.18 ERA in 4 appearances, making his first start of the season. Has worked 6 1/3 innings, allowing 13 earned runs on 13 hits, 9 walks, 5 strikeouts. As that one misses, now 2-0. Opponents batting .406 against him. 2-0 pitch is high for ball 3. Three and 0 the count here from Matthews. Wind and the pitch, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. Now 3-1. Wind and the 3-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, and Terrell is aboard with a walk. One aboard here for the Cougars, and it'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
Van Duzer had 3 hits in the opener for CUC. Runner on first here for the Cougars. First pitch is high for ball 1. Tyrell a threat to run. The pitch. Swan and hit into shallow right, which is playable. Pitch and it will be down. Right fielder misplays it. It's going to go down as a hit and an error. A little bit of an odd play there. The right fielder for for Rockford Jones couldn't find it, slipped, and it ends up landing in shallow right field. It puts runners at first and third for CUC with 1 out in the inning. It'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the first baseman.
Number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti on the season, a .319 hitter with 40 driven in. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. CUC 34-5 overall, 20-1 in the conference. One 1-0 pitch to Mariotti is ground sharply foul on the third base side. Count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Van Duzer, a threat to run over at first for CUC, is 13 for 16 in stolen base attempts this year, as that one misses outside for ball 2. If CUC can win this one, it would be the best record of any conference team in a single season, as a 2-1 tie. Throw down to second will not be in time. Van Duzer with a stolen base, now 2 in scoring position for Mariotti. The count now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Mariotti. Wind in the 3-1 pitch. Swan and grounded sharply foul, and the count runs full at 3-2. Best record in the conference was set by CUC back in 2011 when they went 20-2 in the conference to win it that year. CUC winners of 8 of the last 9 regular season championships, as this one's off the hands towards second. Calling for it and making the catch is Fiorito for the second out. Two outs in the inning now, and it brings up Connor Brandon, the left fielder.
The left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
Second and third with 2 away. Brandon on the season for CUC hitting .394 after picking up 3 hits in the opener with 54 driven in. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and Brandon finds himself in an 0-2 hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Wind and the pitch. Swan and hit through the left side, a base hit. Here comes Tyrell. Van Duzer will come in to score without a throw, and it's 2-0 CUC. RBIs number 55 and 56 for Connor Brandon as he's putting in a All-American type year. Batter now will be number 21, Kevin Garcia.
Batting 6, the catcher.
Garcia getting his 3rd start of the season, hitting .125. He's 1 for 8. Pitch to him is a called strike on the low inside corner. No balls, 1 strike to count. Kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Throw down to second will be well late. And it's a stolen base for Connor Brandon. His 8th stolen base of the year. Matthews last pitched against Aurora on May 5th. He went 1 inning, allowing 6 hits and 6 runs. Pitch, Swan, and lined off the glove of the third baseman and down into the left field corner. Brandon will score easily. Garcia chugging around, and he will try for 2, and he'll be in with a stand-up double, and it's 3-0 CUC. That ball was absolutely scorched. Down was able just to get a little bit of a piece of it. But it'll bring up Matt Uba, the second baseman.
Batting 7th, the second baseman, number 6, Matt Uba.
Uba, a .222 hitter on the season for CUC. He'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. Making his 8th appearance of the year, 2nd start overall. He's 2 for 9. 0-1 the count on him here. Kick and the pitch. Down and away. Now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. 2 away in the inning. Kick the pitch. Swan and foul tipped into the mitt of Klaus behind the plate. One and 2 the count. Garcia the runner at second. CUC with 3 hits in the inning. Kick and the pitch. Swan and hit into center field, and that'll be a hit. Garcia rounding third. He will come in. Throw coming all the way to the plate. Garcia scores. Uba to second on the throw. 4-0 Cougars in the first. Batter now will be Adam Lackey, the DH. Adam Lackey getting the start as a designated hitter for CUC.
Number 4, Adam Lackey.
Lackey, a .333 hitter this season, getting his first start, making his fourth appearance. He's 2 for 6. As first pitch misses for ball 1. 4 runs in already for CUC, who won the opener 10-0. 1-0 pitch is Swan and popped into foul territory down the right field side, and it will push out of play. One ball, one strike the count. Kick and the 1-1. Misses above the belt. Now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Uba the runner at second. Kick and the pitch. Upstairs. Now 3-1. Mercado struck out to open the inning. Then a walk, a hit. Got things rolling for CUC. All the runs have come in with 2 outs. As the 3-1 pitch misses down, and Lackey draws the walk. Second walk of the inning issued by Matthews, and it'll bring up Matt Fouth, the right fielder. Head coach Bob Koopman wanting to go have a word with Matthews. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Don't forget to get your tickets to the 2019 Cougar Classic Golf Outing, a 3-day weekend that begins at Doc Ryan's on Thursday night. Golf outing will take place at White Pines Country Club in Bensonville on Friday morning, and then you can conclude your 3-day weekend at Wrigley Field with bleacher seats, Cubs versus Brewers. Can go to one event or go to them all. Tickets available at cucougars.com/Cougar Classic.
Number 7, Matt Fouth.
Back here in River Forest once again. First and second here for the Cougars. Matt Fouth is the batter. CUC bringing 9 to the plate already here in the first. First pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. 4 runs on 4 hits for CUC, along with 1 Rockford error. A 1 pitch line towards short and glove by Fiorito, and that will do it for the Cougars in the first. In the inning, 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. Your score after a half inning here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Cougars 4, Regents coming to bat.
After a half inning to play, Cougars 4, Regents coming to bat.
Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Selner as we go to the bottom of the first. Pitcher for CUC here in Game 2 is number 22, Nick Brummel. Brummel making his second appearance as a Cougar. Picked up a win when he came in relief against Dominican. Last saw him against the Stars where he threw 2 2/3 innings, walking 2 and striking out 2. Only time we've seen him this year, he did not give up a hit in those 2 2/3 innings of work. So a 0.0 ERA, no batting average against him. He will work in the top of the first for CUC as the first pitch is in on the hands of Fiorito and foul for strike 1. Fiorito, Gunter down 1 through 3. Wah, Sirocco, Jones 4 through 6. Johnson, Hallberg, and Klaus 7 through 9. 0-1 the count here. As this one's lined into left, Brandon unable to make the play on the run. He misplayed it on the bounce. Fiorito to second on the play. It'll be a single and an error. Fiorito trying to go to third on a lazy throw. Throw is in time. So it will go a single, an error, and then 7-5 as Fiorito's out. So a whole stat stuffing line right there. 1 out now. The batter will be the center fielder, Gunter. First pitch from Brummel is inside for ball 1.
Fielder number 5, Michael Gunter.
Gunter on the season, a .376 hitter for the Regents, making his 34th start. 1-0 pitch is grounded towards Van Duzer, fielded on 2 hops with a backhand. Throw is across and in time to Mariotti, and there's 2 away. 2 outs in the inning now, and it'll bring up down the third baseman.
Batting third baseman number 3, Brett Down.
Down a .244 hitter on the year, making his 34th start. Brummel trying to work through the first here for CUC. Chris Woods threw 6 shutout innings as this one's lined into center. Tyrell with a good jump on it, and that will do it for the Regents in the first. In the first for Rockford, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left. We're through 1 here in River Forest. Cougars 4, Regents nothing. Back here in River Forest once again, we'll start off inning number 2 like we did the first. It'll be Jose Mercado to lead off. Mercado was retired on a strikeout his first time up. CUC played 4 runs on 4 hits in the top of the first as first pitch misses down for ball 1. Mercado, a strikeout victim his first time up. On the season, Mercado, a .375 hitter, and he finds himself in a 1-1 situation. One ball, 1 strike. Mercado went 0 for 1 with 3 walks and hit by pitch in game 1 as this one's lined into left, and that will be over the head of the left fielder. Mercado with wheels is into second. He's going to try to stretch it to third. He tripped and fell and will get back in time. He slipped coming around short. And looks like he jammed his shoulder a bit going into second. Back here in River Forest, glad you could join us here. Mercado looks to be all right, and he'll stay in this ball game. He jammed his glove hand into second base after he tripped going around second. I'm sure that's a deep sigh of relief for Cougar fans. So with one on and nobody out here, it'll be Keegan Tyrell up. Tyrell walked and scored in the first. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. No balls, one strike to count. Kick and the pitch. Outside, now 1-1. One ball, one strike to count. Kick and the 1-1. Swan and hit into right field, hooking down the line, and it's foul into the bullpen. Count now 1-2. One ball, two strikes to count here to Tyrell. Kick and the pitch. Swan and grounded towards short. Mercado caught in no man's land, and he will be retired. He took a few too many steps off of second base and is out 6-4. One out in the inning now, and it'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman. Van Duzer on the season for CUC, a .388 hitter, making his 40th start of the season. Van Duzer went 3 for 5 in the opener as they take a quick check at the runner over at first. One 1-0 pitch is upstairs. Swinging through on the pitches. Van Duzer throw to second is in time. Tyrell caught stealing 2-4, and there's 2 outs. Count 1-1 on Van Duzer. Correction, 1-0. I don't think the home plate umpire saw Van Duzer swing through that. Pitch misses, now 2-0. Van Duser definitely swung through to protect the runner. Lined in the 2-0 pitch. Swung and hit into left center. Shallow but playable. And making the catch is the left fielder, Sirocco. And that will do it for the Regents, for the Cougars in the second. CUC unable to put up a run in the second. 4-0 Cougars here after 1.5. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. We go to the bottom of the second. Couple defensive changes for CUC here as we go to the bottom second. New shortstop is Matthew Uba for CUC. And your new second baseman is Gianfranco Sorrentino. First pitch fouled off. It'll be Wah, the first baseman, to lead off. Oh, 1 pitch is upstairs from Brummel, now 1-1. So Uba moving from second to short. Mercado gets replaced by Sorrentino. The 1-1 pitch is swung at, and he did go. Now 1-2. Wow had 2 hits in the opener. 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 1-2. CUC played at 4 runs on 4 hits in the first. They scored in the first 3 innings of game 1, taking a 7-0 lead, which they eventually extended to 10-0 to end game 1 in 7. 1-2 pitch, swung and lifted into center field. Playable for Tyrell in shallow left center, where he will make the catch, and there's 1 away. With 1 out now, that'll bring up
defensive changes for Concordia. Matthew Uba,
number 20, Troy Tucci.
Playing at second base is number 34, Giancarlo Sorrentino.
Tucci came in as a defensive replacement last inning for Sirocco.
Number 20, Troy Tucci.
Tucci in game 1 went 0 for 2 as a DH, was walked once, and he'll take strike 1. On the season, Tucci a .244 hitter. A 1 pitch is lifted into shallow right. Playable for foul on the run, and it'll actually be caught by Sorrentino. That was almost the second major collision we've had for CUC today. 2 away in the inning, though, and it will bring up number 17, Jones.
The The right fielder, number 17, T.J. Jones.
T.J. Jones, a freshman from Chicago, went to Plainfield East High School. First pitch is down for ball one. Jones on the season, an .091 hitter, making his fourth start of the year. He is 1 for 11. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. One ball, one strike to count. Kick the 1-1. Swan and hit into center field, which is playable for Tyrell. He'll move a few steps in to make the catch, and that will do it for the Regents in the second. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 2 here in River Forest, 4-0 Cougars. Back here in River Forest, we go on to the top of the third. Brody Mariotti to lead off for the Cougars. It will be Mariotti, Brandon Garcia due up, leading 4-0. Mariotti is 0 for 1 here in Game 2. He flew out his first time up. 1-0 pitch, it misses down and in. Now 2-0. Mariotti went 0 for 3 with a walk in Game 1. Kick, the 2-0 bounces in, and it's quickly 3-0 to Mariotti. Three balls, no strikes to count. Wind in the 3-0. Misses outside for ball 4. With one out now, or excuse me, one on and nobody out, it'll bring up Connor Brandon, the left fielder. Brandon is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs in the ballgame for CUC. First pitch ran inside, nearly hit him. Kick, and the 1-0 is outside. Now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes here to Brandon with Mariotti at first. The pitch, well outside. Now 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. You'd assume that he's going to be taking all the way here, as that one misses inside for ball 4. So 8 straight balls have put runners at first and second here with nobody out, and bring up Kevin Garcia.
Catcher number 21, Kevin Garcia.
First pitch misses for a ball. That's 9 in a row. Garcia doubled down the left field line on a rocket that hit the glove of Down over at third. As this one swung and hit well down the left field line, and it'll hook foul. Garcia barreled that one up. Now 1-1. Kick and the 1-1. Breaking ball misses inside. Now 2-1. Two balls, one strike to count. The pitch. Swan and hit into right center. Mariotti's going to get waved around third. He's going to score. Brandon will be held at third. And it's 5-0 CUC. Second hit of the day for Garcia and his second RBI. Runners at the corners now, and it'll be Matthew Uba, the batter. Uba is 1 for 1 with an RBI.
Shortstop number 6, Matt Uba.
5-0 Cougars here. Nobody out with runners at the corners here in the top of the third. They'll take a quick check on Garcia over at first. Kick and the pitch. Misses outside for ball 1. CUC with 6 hits in the ball game already. Uba got the start at second, moved to short, replacing Mercado. Mercado looked to be all right, but precautionary measures, I'm sure, as you need everybody as near 100% as possible going into the conference tournament. This game really means nothing. 2-0 the count here to Uba. Kick and the pitch. And it's fouled off for strike 1. Two balls, one strike to count here to the Cougars shortstop. Kick and the pitch. Swan and hooking into left. Playable for the left fielder Tucci, who will make the catch. Tagging and scoring on the play is Brandon, and it's 6-0 CUC. With one out and a 6-0 lead now and a runner at first, it will bring up Adam Lackey, the DH. Lackey walked his first time up. 6-0 CUC leads it here in the top of the third. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. A 1 pitch is check swung and foul on the left side, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Garcia the runner at first. 0-2 pitch. Ran inside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Upstairs. Now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. CUC will leave for the conference tournament tomorrow evening. They'll find out their first round matchup sometime on Thursday morning. The 2-2 pitch. Ran inside, and the count's full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Kick in the pitch. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3 as Lackey goes down on strikes. Uba to second with a stolen base. 2 outs in the inning now. And the batter will be Matt Fouth. So a stolen base for Uba. Lackey down on strikes. Second strikeout of the day for Matthews. It'll bring up Matt Fouth. Fouth lined out his first time up.
Number 7, Matt Fouth.
Garcia at second. Cougars leading 6-0. Oh, pitch is fouled off the end of the bat for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. 0-1 pitch is swung and hit well into left, but playable for the left fielder Tucci, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. CUC adds on 2 more in the top of the third. Your score through 2.5 here in River Forest in Game 2. Cougars 6, Regents nothing.
Number 40.
Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. We go on to the bottom of the third. 6-0 CUC leads it. Nick Brummel's still on to pitch for CUC. 1-0 the count here. It is 7-8-9 due up for the Regents. This one is lifted into right, which is playable for Fouth. He's there to make the catch for out number 1. With 1 out now, that will bring up the first baseman, number 36, Hallberg.
The first baseman, number 36, Justin Hallberg.
Hallberg getting his first start of the year, a .250 hitter who's 1 for 4. And he will take strike 1. And this one's grounded towards Uba at short, fielded on a big hop. Throw across is high, but Mariotti comes down on the base, and there's 2 away. Two outs in the inning now for the Regents. And that will bring up the catcher, number 30, Peyton Klaus. Making his 10th start of the year, Klaus is a 148 hitter on the season with a 4-27. First pitch misses for ball 1. This one swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there from Brummel. Now 1-1. One pitch. Swung on and missed. Another good breaking ball there, and it's quickly 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count here from Brummel. Kick the 1-2 pitch. Misses high, and the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch is popped up on the infield. Calling for it and making the catch is Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman, and that will do it for the Regents in the third. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. Your score remains Cougars 6, Regents nothing. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Selner. It'll be the top of the order due up for the Cougars. Gianfranco Sorrentino due up for the Cougars. Sorrentino, Tyrell, Van Duzer due up. First pitch is a called strike. Sorrentino came on as a replacement for Mercado, who is hanging out in the Cougar dugout now, and it's quickly 0-2. O2 pitch to Sorrentino is popped up on the infield. Calling for it and making the catch is the second baseman, Johnson, for out number 1.
Center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
With one out now, that'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder. Tyrell is 0 for 1 with a run scored in Game 2. Has walked and grounded out. First pitch swinging, he hits this one well into left. Wind will hold it up and make it playable for the left fielder, Tucci, who will make the catch, and there's quickly 2 away. Batter now will be Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman. Van Duzer is 1 for 2 with a run scored, and a stolen base has also flown out. First pitch is just a bit outside. For ball 1. Wind and the 1-0. Misses too tall. Now 2-0. Matthews at 74 pitches already for Rockford. The pitch. Swan and off the hands, and this should drop in. Flare single. Merck Van Duzer trying to take second on the play, and he's out. So a single on the play, and that will be it for the Cougars in the inning. In the inning, no runs on a hit, nobody left. We're through 3.5 here in River Forest. Cougars 6, Regents nothing. Back here in River Forest once again, we head to the bottom of the fourth. Brummel on to work, and Fiorito stays hot with a single up the middle. Fiorito continues to swing the bat for Rockford. That's his second hit of the ballgame after picking up 3 hits in game 1.
Center fielder, number 5, Michael Gunter.
So with one on now for the Regents here, it'll bring up Gunter, the center fielder. Fiorito with both the hits for Rockford here in game 2. First pitch is Swan off the hands into right. Playable for Foul, who will make the catch, and there's one away. One out in the inning, and it will bring up the third baseman Down.
Third baseman, number 3, Brett Down.
Down is 0 for 1 here in game 2. He flew out his last time up. Runner at first with one away. Rummel's thrown well thus far for CUC. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch in the dirt just behind Garcia, but he's able to grab it. Count now 1-1. Brummel has been filling up the zone for CUC here in game 2. 27 pitches thus far. 20 of them have been for strikes. Has let his defense work thus far. 2 hits, no walks, no Ks. 1-1 pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-2. Stick around after the games. We'll have head coach Mike Stosky up here to talk about the regular season finale. Get a little bit of a chance to preview the upcoming conference tournament as well with no coaches' weeklies this week. Can thank the weather for that, as this one's hit foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. Lot to talk about with Stosky. Adam Gregory named to the D3Baseball.com Team of the Week for his 7-inning shutout of number 19 Webster on Friday. Kick the 1-2. Swung on and lifted into right. Foul ranging towards the right field foul line, will make the catch, and there's 2 outs in the inning. With 2 outs now, that will bring up Wah, this DH. Wah is 0 for 1 here in Game 2 with a flyout. Runner goes. Pitch is a called ball. That looked like it was a really good pitch. Stolen base for Fiorito. His first of the ball game. 19th stolen base of the year for Fiorito. 1-0 the count. Kick the 1-0. Swan and fouled straight back, and the count levels at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Kick and the pitch. Just misses off the inside corner. Now 2-1. Brummel with a long look into Garcia. A lot of the regulars getting time off here for CUC. All the starters have played as that one misses high for ball 3. Only regulars still on the field for CUC are Mariotti, Fouth, Van Duzer, and Tyrell. Kick and the 3-1 pitch. It's upstairs. First walk of the day issued by Brummel. We'll put runners at first and second here with 2 outs for the Regents in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up the left fielder number 20.
Left fielder number 20,
Troy Tucci. The junior from Wooddale. Tucci is 0 for 1 here in Game 2 with a flyout. Pitch is grounded towards Van Duzer. He will go across, and he threw it too high. Off the wall, and Fiorito will come in to score. Van Duzer had options there where he could have gone to third or gone the short way to second, but airmails it across the diamond. He's had some defensive issues there for CUC today. That's his 3rd error of the doubleheader. Run scores on the play. First time Rockford's gotten on the board. It'll be an unearned run against Brummel. Runners now at second and third. And the batter will be TJ Jones, the right fielder.
17, TJ Jones.
Jones is 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Kick the pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count evens at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Kick and the pitch. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Calling for it is Uba, the shortstop. He will make the catch, and that will do it for the Regents in the 4th. In the inning, the Regents pick up 1. Your score after 4. Cougars 6, Rockford 1. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Selner. It will be Brody Mariotti to lead off. 4-5-6 due up for CUC in the fifth, leading 6-1. Mariotti is 0 for 1 with a walk as he fouls the first one straight back and out of play. 76 pitches for Matthews. His pitching line for the Regents is 4+ innings, 76 pitches, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts as Mariotti fouls that one off his foot. And it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. So you give Mariotti a chance to let the aching set into his foot. Thinking the best way to describe it is stepping on a Lego times 10. A little bit more force involved. Golf club to the ankle, kicking the door open. Giving scooter to the ankle is a really good one. These are the things that you hear a full staff think about in a long doubleheader. 0-2 pitch here to Mariotti is chopped foul, and we'll do it again at 0-2. You think everybody gets a little slap happy during this. If we have the regional here in a couple weeks, it's going to be at least 7 games of baseball over 3 days. So everybody better be ready to strap in. 0-2 pitch to Mariotti is outside for ball 1. CUC is still number 1 in the country. So the new baseball setup here, for those of you that don't know, as the 1-2 pitch is hit into left, and Mariotti will be aboard with the base hit. But the new baseball playoff setup, there will be 16 regionals this year, whereas in previous years it was just 8. So 16 regionals, 13 of those will be 4-team double elimination regionals, which is most likely what CUC will be involved in. There will be 3 2-team regionals that will play best 3 out of 5. But those, I would assume, would go south into Texas and out to the West Coast, where there's a lot less of a population of D3 schools. Batter is Dewey for CUC, and he takes ball 1. So the winners of those 16 regionals will then compete in best 2 out of 3 super regionals the following weekend. Then the 8 winners of that will go on to the World Series in Cedar Rapids, Iowa at the end of the month. Dewey lifts one down the left field line, and it's foul. Just hooking down into the corner, and it's 1-1. CUC will find out where they're going for the playoffs. They might not be going anywhere. They might be staying right here at home at the Thunderdome. That regional will take place the 17th through the 19th of May. They will find out on the 13th. So a week from yesterday. The selection show will have the links at CUCougars.com. There will be a selection show live at 11 a.m. 1-1 pitch is popped foul and out of play down the right field line. So CUC, if they do host the regional, if they win that regional, they would have a chance to host the Supers the following weekend, which would be May 24th through 26th, the best 2 out of 3 series. 1-2, the count here to Dewey. 1-2 pitch is off the outside corner. It was close. Now 2-2. Dewey, a .308 hitter for CUC, making his 10th appearance, 3rd start. He's 4 for 13 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. 2-2 pitch. Swan and spoiled straight back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Mariotti, the runner at first, with nobody out in the inning. Dewey came in for Brandon, and he will ground this one. Glove by Fiorito. Could be 2. He'll throw it across, and it's a 6-3 double play 2 outs in the inning. With 2 outs now, that will bring up Kevin Garcia, the catcher. Garcia is 2 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Has also stolen a base.
Catcher number 21, Kevin Garcia.
First pitch to Garcia is swung on and missed for strike 1. That one missed. Did he check his swing? He did. 1-1. One pitch. Swan in line, just foul down the left field line. Count now 1-2. Garcia has been on the money here in his start. Has put some really good swings together. It's what a lot of this CUC team is about and what Coach Stosky preaches. Make the most of your opportunities, and the catchers for CUC is trying to do that here. Wind in the 1-2. Swan and barreled into center field, but right at the center fielder, Gunter, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 5th. In the inning for CUC, they pick up none. We move on forward. It's 6-1 CUC. Back here in River Forest once again, we go on to the bottom of the 5th. Nick Brummel continuing to work for CUC as they lead 6-1 here in the bottom of inning number 5. First pitch, bunt laid down third base side. Brummel will field it and throw across, will not be in time. Bunt single for Johnson is the 3rd hit of the ballgame for the Regents. Regents scored their first run of the series in the bottom of the 4th. With one on here, it will bring up Hallberg, the first baseman. Hallberg is 0 for 1 for the Regents with a ground out. First pitch from Brummel misses down for ball 1. CUC with a win here in Game 2 could clinch the best record in conference play in the conference's existence. As that one's down, runner goes. Garcia's throw to second is on the money for out number 1. So both Zavoli and Garcia have played very well behind the dish for CUC today. 1 out now and nobody on in the inning. 2-0 the count. 2-0 pitch is hit into left, but playable for Dewey, who's able to make the catch, and there's 2 away. 2 outs in the inning now, and it will bring up number 30, Klaus, the catcher. Peyton Klaus, a 6'1 sophomore from Shannon, Illinois. Klaus is 0 for 1 with a flyout in the ballgame. First pitch swinging, and it's skied on the infield. Calling for it is Uba, who will make the catch, and that's it for the Regents in the 5th. In the inning, no runs on 1 hit, and nobody left. We're through 5. Cougars 6, Regents 1. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Selner. As we get things going on into the top of the 6th, a change for Rockford. We got to figure it out first. It'll be the same pitcher, Matthews. It will be a change in right field. We'll get you a number in a moment. It'll be Uba to lead off for the Cougars here. 7-8-9 to Uba Lackey Fouth. Uba here in the ball game is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. First pitch swinging, and it's a ground ball towards second. Fielded and thrown in time from Johnson. 1 out in the inning. Batter now will be Adam Lackey, the DH.
Number 10's the right fielder.
New right fielder is Patrick Einhaus, sophomore from Spring Valley. First pitch is away for ball 1.
Adam Lackey.
1-0 pitch is inside. Now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away. Two-0 pitch from to Lackey is hit on a line into left. Playable for Tucci, who will make the catch, and there's quickly 2 outs in the Cougar half. They'll bring up Matt Fouth, the right fielder.
Now in right field for Rockford is number 10, Patrick Einhaus. The batter is the right fielder, number 7, Matt Fouth.
Fouth is 0 for 2 in the ball game for CUC. Did not play in game 1. Came straight from the finals to the field. As a lot of the Cougars have had to get finals done early here. A lot of them will finish up tomorrow, as that's a called strike, before they leave for the conference tournament tomorrow night. 0-1 the count here to Fouth. Line the 0-1 pitch is called a strike as Fouth is unable to check his swing, and it's 0-2. Wind blowing in here all day long. 0-2 pitch to Fouth. Bounces in there. Projected weather forecast in Mequon coming up over the next few days. It's supposed to chance of rain, but 64 on Thursday, 56 and sunny on Friday, 58 the rest of the weekend. So if you can get through the rain Thursday, should be a pretty good weekend as Fouth swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. Cougars go out in order in the 6th. Your score remains Cougars 6, Regents 1.
6-1, Concordia.
Back here in River Forest, once again, it will be the top of the order due up for Rockford. It'll be Fiorito to lead off. Red-hot hitting shortstop for the Regents. He's 2 for 2 in Game 2. First pitch breaking ball is a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. A 1 pitch from Brummel. Line towards third. Van Duzer has it. Get rid of it quick. Throw is in time as it's dug out by Mariotti. Fiorito thought he was safe. 1 out in the inning. Van Duzer took his time after knocking that one down. 1 out in the inning now, and it'll bring up the center fielder, Gunter.
Number 5, Michael Gunter.
Gunter is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. One out in the inning. Brummel readies. First pitch swinging. It's a soft ground ball towards short. Tough play for Uba on the run. Throw is in time. Nice play by Uba on the run, and there's 2 away. With 2 outs, that will bring up the third baseman, number 3, Brett Downs. Down is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts here in Game 2. Brummel trying to get the Cougars through the 6th. Has needed just 48 pitches thus far. Has been wildly effective, as that one's in there for called strike. A 0-1 pitch from Brummel is a breaking ball for a called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kick in the 0-2. Swan and grounded softly towards first. Mariotti is unable to field it as it hit first base. So that will be an E1, or excuse me, E3. There's just no excuse for that one. Third error for CUC in the ball game. I believe that's the 7th error of the doubleheader. So a 2-out base runner here for the Regents. It'll bring up Wah, the DH. Wah is 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch curveball is in there for a called strike. Kick and the 0-1. Called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Brummel trying to get us to the 7th. Left-hander kicks the 0-2. Down in the dirt, Garcia snap throw to first is not in time. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Brummel kicks the pitch. Outside, runner goes. Throw to second is wide. I don't think it would have been in time anyway. Down got a great jump on the pitch. 2-2 the count. Runner in scoring position here for Rockford. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the 6th. Brummel trying to keep it a 5-run Cougar lead. And they just called a balk on Brummel. I didn't even see what happened. Count remains 2-2. Now a runner at third. The 2-2 pitch. Swan and gloved by Van Duzer on a line. And that will do it for the Regents in the 6th. In the inning for Rockford. No runs, no hits. They leave 1. We're through 6 here in River Forest. Cougar 6, Regents 1. Back here in River Forest once again, Sorrentino to lead off. 1-2-3 due up for the Cougars as the first pitch misses down for ball 1. Sorrentino is 0 for 1 in game 2. He flew out his last time up. Matthews continuing to pitch here for the Regents. This will be pitch 100 of the day. This one grounded foul on the third base side. Now 1-1. Matthews thus far, his stat line for the Regents, 6+ innings of work, 100 pitches, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's really shut down this CUC offense after putting up 6 runs in the first couple innings, as this one's lifted into shallow right center. Playable for the right fielder for the Regents, number 18, Zachary Froelich, and there's one away. Batter is Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder.
Center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
Tyrell is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored here in Game 2. First pitch is a called strike. Matthews winds the 0-1 and is outside. Now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Wind the 1-1. Down and in. Now 2-1. Two-one pitch is hit down the right field line, and it will hook foul into the Cougar bullpen. Count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count to Tyrell, the center fielder. One of the few times this season we've seen him going with the long pants. He's usually one of the few Cougars that goes with the high sock stirrup look. As this one's grounded first base side. Gloved initially, and stepping on first will be Hallberg after had it bounce off his chest. 2 outs in the inning now, and it'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
Van Duzer is 2 for 3 in the ballgame with a run scored and a stolen base. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 6-1 CUC leads it. First pitch is well high for ball 1. We'll talk to head coach Mike Stosky following the doubleheader. Get everybody set up for conference tournament weekend, which begins on Thursday night. 1-0 pitch to Van Duzer is hit well into center field. Back on it and unable to make the diving catch is Gunter in center. The 2 run into each other afterwards. I'm not quite sure what just happened. Somebody accidentally put the right trigger up and gave a little Marshawn Lynch shove to the center to his partner in the outfield. It'll go down as a double for Van Duzer, his 3rd hit of the ball game. And I'll bring up Brody Mariotti.
First baseman, number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti is 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk here in Game 2. First pitch to him is swung on, missed for strike 1. Kick in the 0-1 to Mariotti is lined through the left side, a base hit into left. Van Duzer will come around third. He will score easily. Throw will come all the way to the plate, but Mariotti will hold at first. It's an RBI single for Mariotti. 3rd time he's been aboard in the ball game. That will be his 41st RBI of the season. 7-1 CUC here, and it will be Nathan Dewey, the left fielder.
Left fielder, number 40, Nathan Dewey.
Dewey is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play last time up. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Garcia due up next for CUC. Trying to add on here in the top of the 7th. A 1 pitch is away. Now 1-1. One offering from Matthews, misses just up for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Matthews kicks the 2-1 pitch, is high for ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Dewey. Matthews readies the 3-1 pitch. Down and in for ball 4. That'll put runners at first and second with 2 outs and bring up Kevin Garcia. Catcher is 2 for 3 for CUC with 2 RBIs. And a run scored. Mariotti at second, Dewey at first with 2 away. As he grounds this one to short, Fiorito will go across the diamond over to first, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 7th. They add on 1 more on an RBI single by Brody Mariotti. It's 7-1 Cougars through 6.5 here in River Forest. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Selner. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It will be a pinch hitter on for the Regents. It will be number 22, Christian Bermeo, the 5'11 junior right-hander from Chicago, Illinois. Brummel continuing to work for CUC. Has thrown 6 innings for CUC on 56 pitches, 3 hits, 1 run, which was unearned, and 1 walk.
Number 22, Christian Bermeo.
In the bottom of the 7th, 7-1 CUC leads it. First pitch misses down from Brummel, who's thrown an absolute gem here for CUC, trying to pick up the 2nd win of his career. 1-0 pitch is hit into center, but playable for Tyrell, ranging to his left, who will make the catch for out number 1. One out in the inning. It will bring up Right fielder number 18.
Zach Frolic.
It'll be Zach Frolic, the junior from Tucson, Arizona. One out, nobody on. The only run came in for the Regents in the fourth on an unearned. As that one's a called strike. No balls, one strike. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike on the outside corner. It's quickly 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Brummel kicks and the pitch. Swan and grounded towards third. Fielded cleanly by Van Duzer, who will throw it across in plenty of time. And there's two away. Two outs in the inning now for the Regents. And it will bring up number 40, second baseman.
Second baseman number 40,
Dylan Johnson. Sophomore is 1 for 2, has one of the Regents' 3 hits in the ballgame. First pitch swinging, it's hit towards Uba at short. Bobbles it, throw across is in time, and that will do it for the Regents in the 7th. In the inning, the Rockford Regents go out in order. Your score remains after 7, Cougars 7, Regents 1. Back here in River Forest once again. New pitcher on for the Regents as Uba lines one into right, and it's down for a hit. Bounces off the right fielder. Uba running hard. He will cruise into second. Uba aboard to lead off the Cougar half of the 8th. New pitcher on for the Regents is Reed Harmon, the right-hander. Has making his second appearance of the season, has a 36 ERA, has worked 1 inning, allowing 3 hits, 4 earned runs with 3 walks. Opponents hitting .750 against him. Uba aboard for the Cougars to begin the top of the 8th. They'll bring up Adam Lackey, the DH. First pitch is down and gets away from the catcher, and Uba to third. Runner at third for the Cougars here in the top of the 8th. One 0 pitch is outside for ball 2. Uba now with 2 hits on the day. Kick and the 2-0. Swung on and missed as Lackey chased the pitch down. Now 2-1.
The new pitcher for Rockford is number 27, Reed Harmon. And Bermeo remains in the game and is playing at second base.
2 balls, 1 strike the count. Kick and the pitch. Misses down, now 3-1.
Also for Rockford, Dylan Johnson moves from second to third base, and Brett Down moves from third base to left field.
3 balls, 1 strike the count. Kick and the pitch. Swan and grounded softly towards Shirt. Fiorito on the run. Lost it at first, but has plenty of time to throw out Lackey. Run scores on the play, making it 8-1 CUC. 8-1 Cougars here with 1 out and nobody on. It'll bring up the right fielder, Matt Fouth. Fouth is 0 for 3 with a strikeout here in Game 2. First pitch misses for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Swan and grounded sharply towards second, backhanded by Bermeo, who will throw across in time, and there's 2 outs. It'll bring up Sorrentino, the second baseman. Sorrentino 0 for 2 in the ballgame. He has flown out twice. First pitch is low and in for ball 1. Kick and the 1-0. Swung on and missed. He changed speeds on him. Now 1-1. Nobody on, 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Cougars leading 8-1. One pitch is upstairs for ball 2. Two-one pitch is lined over the head of the third baseman and into left field. First hit of the day for Sorrentino gives the Cougars a 2-out base runner. Sorrentino on first now. It'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game with a run scored, has walked. Everybody but Fouth has been aboard for CUC in the ballgame as they check on the runner over at first. CUC with 8 runs on 12 hits, Rockford with 1 run on 3 hits. Closing the book on Matthews, he went 7 innings through 116 pitches, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. As that one's in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count, 2 outs in the inning. 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, now 1-1. Kick and the 1-1. Ran tight, nearly hit him. Now 2-1. Looks like Klaus might have cleated the home plate umpire in the foot as he stomped his foot a few times. That can't feel good on a cold day like today. 2-1 pitch is lined into the glove of the third baseman. And that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. CUC picks up 1 run
In the inning, 1 run
on 2 hits.
1 left on
They
base.
leave 1. Your new score after 7.5. Cougars 8, Regents 1.
Cougars. Justin Hallberg.
Back here in River Forest, we go on to the bottom of the 8th. Nick Brummel continuing to pitch for CUC. It will be Hallberg, Klaus, and the top of the order due up for the Regents. First pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 pitch is grounded towards third. Fielded by Van Duzer on 2 hops. Throw across to the new first baseman, Jacob Frank, is in plenty of time for out number 1. 1 out in the inning, and it'll bring up Klaus, the catcher, who's 0 for 2.
Catcher number 30, Peyton Klaus.
Brummel continues to make quick work of this Regent offense. Through 7 1/3 innings of work, just 64 pitches. Make that now going to be 7 2/3 innings of work on 65 pitches. Two outs in the inning, and it'll bring up the top of the order in Fiorito, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored.
Shortstop number 2, Hunter Fiorito. Who caught that last one?
Sorrentino.
Thank you.
2 outs in the inning. Brummel kicks. First pitch curveball is swung on and missed. Fiorito tried to put that one on division and came up empty. 0-1 the count. CUC leading comfortably 8-1. Curveball again is a called strike. And it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt. Now 1-2. Swung and fouled off. And we'll do it again at 1-2. The 1-2. Swan and grounded up the middle. It'll be a base hit. Brummel has retired 11 of the last 13 Regents in a row. One on now and 2 outs in the 8th, and it will bring up number 5, Michael Gunner. Gunter is 0 for 3. Fiorito is 3 for 4 in the ball game. Has been the main source of any offensive life for this Regent team. Fiorito was 2 for 3 with a walk in game 1. One 0 pitch is Swan and grounded towards Uba at short. They'll go the short way to Sorrentino, and that will do it for the Regents in the 8th. In the inning, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. 8-1 Cougars after 8 here in River Forest. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. We go to the top of the 9th. It will be Van Duzer Frank Brandon due up. Let's try that again. Van Duzer Frank Dewey with all the changes in this ball game, making the lineup card look a little screwy. That one misses for ball 1. Van Duzer is 3 for 4 in the ball game with 2 runs scored. Having a really good day at the plate, as that one's a called strike. Van Duzer went 3 for 5 in game 1, so 6 hits in 9 at-bats for Van Duzer. One pitch from Harmon. He is in the dirt now, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch. Swan and hit well by Van Duzer into left. Back in, it'll be off the base of the wall. Van Duzer running hard. He will cruise into second. It's a stand-up double. 4-hit ball game for Van Duzer. If he gets hot going into the playoffs, look out.
First baseman, number 36.
Batter will be Jacob Frank. Rockford will close their 2019 regular season tomorrow at Wisconsin Lutheran. Game's at 12-3. First pitch is inside, nearly hits Frank for ball 1. Van Duzer at second. 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Ran inside and caught Frank on the jersey. He'll take first base the easy way. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and it'll bring up Nathan Dewey. Left fielder is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play and was walked. Van Duzer at second, Frank at first. Nobody out in the top of the 9th. First pitch misses for ball one. Oh, correction. It was a late strike call. A very late strike call. Kevin Garcia due up next. CUC with 13 hits in the ballgame. And Dewey calls time. No balls, 1 strike to count. Kick and the 0-1 to Dewey. In the dirt. Blocked by Klaus behind the dish. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch, Swan and miss. Dewey chased one there, and it's 1-2. Final game of the 2019 regular season. CUC on their way to finishing 33-5, which would be a program best. Excuse me, 35-5. They entered the day 33-5. As Dewey fouls one off his foot. We'll do it again at 1-2. Hopefully returning to the Thunderdome for the regional. We'll find that out on Monday. CUC trying to move to 13-2 at home this season. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Dewey. Kick and the 1-2 pitch. Inside, gets away from Klaus. Runners will advance 90 feet. Now 2 in scoring position for Dewey. 2-2 the count. Dewey on the season with runners in scoring position is 1 for 4. Kick, the 2-2. Swan and fouled off the face of the Regent dugout. We'll do it again at 2-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swan and chop foul through the third base coach's box, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Maybe on a warmer day, but Coach Stosky is not one that tries to impress anybody and make any plays in the third base coach's box. I don't think we've seen him try to make a play all year. Might be a talking point after the game. Give him let him hear it a little bit. As that one misses outside, now 3-2. Though he was a pitcher in college, so that might have to say something to say about it. I was a pitcher myself, and I wouldn't try to field anything either. 3-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. A walk will put Dewey aboard, and the bases are loaded with nobody out in the 9th. I'll bring up Kevin Garcia, the catcher. Garcia is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored.
Catcher number 21, Kevin Garcia.
Nobody out. Bases loaded. Van Duzer at third, Frank at second, Dewey at first, with nobody out in the inning. First pitch to Garcia misses inside for ball 1. First time Garcia's batted the season with the bases loaded. 1-0 misses down, now 2-0. Garcia came into game 2 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position, but has picked up 2 RBIs already in the ballgame. 2-0 pitch is well outside, and it's 3-0. No place to put him here. Harmon kicks the 3-0. Well outside, ball 4, and it's 9-1. Third RBI of the ball game for Garcia. Van Duzer scores, and the batter will be Matthew Uba. Uba is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, and head coach Bob Koopman wants to go have a word with Harmon. Back here in River Forest, it'll be Uba, the batter now with the bases loaded. Frank at third, Dewey at second, and Garcia at first. 9-1 CUC. First pitch is outside for ball 1. 5 straight balls now from Harmon. Kick the 1-0. Well outside once again, now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count. 2-0 pitch. Uba lifts one into shallow right. It's playable, and the catch is unable to be made. 1 run is in, and it's 10-1. I'm not quite sure what happened down the line. We get blocked off with the pole. But it's 10-1 CUC. Everybody advancing 90 feet on the play. We'll call it a single for Uba. RBI. His 3rd hit of the game. Batter now will be Adam Lackey.
Designated hitter number 4, Adam Lackey.
Lackey is the only starter in this ball game without a hit. No, correction. Fouth doesn't have one either. Well, they'll have a chance here most likely. Nobody out. Base is still loaded. First pitch is a called strike on the inside corner.
Communication problems between fielders today.
As that one misses outside. Now 1-1. CUC is 7 of 16 with runners on today in Game 2 against Rockford pitching. This one swung and lifted into left, and it'll be down for a base hit. Everybody advancing 90 feet again, and it's 11-1. RBI single for Lackey, his 2nd RBI of the game, 2nd time he's been aboard. It'll bring up Matt Fouth, the right fielder. And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Regents. We'll take a break, get you set up with the new arm in just a few moments. You're listening to Cougar Baseball, powered by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Selner. New pitcher is Michael Gunter, the center fielder, making his first ever career appearance. So Gunter to pitch, peek into center field. First pitch is swung on by foul. 0-1. No outs, bases still loaded here in the top of the ninth. 3 runs in for CUC in the inning. CUC with 3 runs on 3 hits thus far. 0-1 pitch is a curveball that misses, now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch is high, now 2-1.
Pete, the live stats been working good for you all day?
Yeah, it seemed to be.
2 balls, 1 strike from Gunter. He's played a good center field for the Regents. This one well in hand on the CUC side, giving him an opportunity to show off his pitching abilities as that one's fouled off. Gunter, a 5'10", 190-pound junior from Arizona. 2-2 the count. Pitch is high, and it's full. No place to put him here. Nobody out. Garcia at third, Uba at second, Lackey at first. Sorrentino due next. 3-2 pitch is fouled off, and we'll do it again. Sorrentino in the on-deck circle. Looks like Howie Hatton will be in the hole if we get that far in the inning. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. And that'll plate another Cougar run. 12-1 CUC, and it'll bring up Sorrentino. Bases loaded, still nobody out.
Second baseman, number 34, Gianfranco Sorrentino.
Sorrentino is 1 for 3 in the ballgame. First pitch swinging, he'll line one into right, and that's down for a base hit. Everybody advancing 90 feet, Army baseball at its finest. And it's 13-1 CUC. And the pinch hitter for CUC will be number 12, Howie Hatton. Hatton on the season for CUC is a .222 hitter, making his 7th appearance of the year. He's 2 for 9.
Number 12, Howie Hatton.
Bases still loaded, still nobody out. 5 runs in the inning. CUC with 13 runs on 16 hits. Lackey at third, Fouth at second, Sorrentino at first. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Gunter kicks the 0-1. Curveball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Gunter responsible for the runners on second and third. Harmon still responsible. Gunter is responsible for runners on first and second. Harmon's responsible for the runner at third as that one misses. Now 1-2. Kick, the 1-2 pitch. Outside, and it's 2-2. It's been a long break for Brummel. I'd honestly expect Coach Stosky to use a new pitcher going into the 9th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is called strike 3 as Hatton goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman. Van Duzer having a very good series for the Cougars. He's 4 for 5 in game 2 with 3 runs scored after going 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs in the opener. Chance for a 5-hit ball game. First pitch curveball is in there for a called strike. 13-1 Cougars here in the top of the 9th. Still have to play the bottom half. Rockford batting as a home team as Van Duzer fouls that one off. Now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Kick the pitch. Curveball called strike 3, and Van Duzer goes down on strikes. Second time he's been retired in the ball game, and it'll bring up Jacob Frank, the first baseman. Frank has not registered an at bat here in game 2. Has been hit by a pitch and scored a run. First pitch misses for ball 1. One 0 pitch is inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Breaking ball is a called strike, now 2-1. Dewey due up next. He was 0 for 1 and been walked twice. Lackey at third, Fouth at second, Sorrentino at first. Pitch is high. Now 3-1. Three-one pitch is in the dirt, and another walk will play to run, and it's 14-1 CUC. 9th walk issued by Regent pitching in the ball game. They'll bring up Dewey, the left fielder. 6 runs in the inning for CUC thus far. As this one's grounded towards third, they will tag out Sorrentino, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 9th. In the 9th for CUC, they pick up 6 runs, and it's 14-1 Cougars here as we head to the bottom of the 9th to close out the regular season. Fine. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Selner. We go to the bottom of the ninth. New pitcher on for the Cougars is Bobby Perna. Right-handed sophomore from Palatine, looking to close out the regular season for CUC. It will be a pinch hitter for the Regents. It will be Cal Fortner, the 5'9 sophomore. Perna's stats on the air, he is 1-0 on the season, making his 5th appearance. A 9.0 ERA in 3 innings of work. Has allowed 3 hits, 9 walks, 1 K. Opponents hitting .231 against him. Fortner getting his 2nd at-bat of the year, playing in his 2nd game for the Regents. That closes the book on Brummel for CUC. Brummel going 8 innings for the Cougars as this one's lifted into center. Playable for Hatton, who will call it make the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out. Nick Brummel threw a gem for CUC, 8 innings, only 72 pitches, 4 hits, 1 run, which was unearned, and 1 walk. 1 out now. It will bring up number 33, Hunter Hackbert, the 6'3", 225-pound sophomore from Huntley. First pitch swung on and fouled off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. 14-1, CUC leads it here. 0-1 pitch is away, now 1-1. This will close out the regular season for CUC, who will get ready for the conference tournament on Thursday night. Rockford will close out their season at Wisconsin Lutheran tomorrow. 1-1 pitch is off the outside corner for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Perna kicks and the 2-1. Swan and fouled off on the first base side, and the count evens at 2-2. Two and two, the count here. Perna readies and the pitch. Curveball misses inside, and the count runs full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Perna readies the 3-2 pitch. Is swung on and missed. He blew one by him. First strikeout of the ballgame for the Cougar pitching staff. 2 outs in the 9th now for the Regents. Batter now will be Bermeo, the second baseman. He is 0 for 1. We'll have a lot to talk about with head coach Mike Stosky following the conclusion of this one. His team putting together a program best 35-5 regular season and a conference best 21-1 record. They're just 1 out away. One 0 pitch is foul tipped into the glove of Garcia, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Kick and the pitch. Ran inside, nearly hit him, and it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Perna readies and the pitch. Down for ball 3. This doubleheader has gone nearly to plan if you're head coach Mike Stosky with the pitching. Brummel going 8, Woods going 6. You'll use 4 pitchers total in the series as that one misses for ball 4. So a 2-out base runner here for the Regents. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Regents. They just got to figure out who it's going to be. Pinch hitter for the Regents will be number 13, Ryan Gilfin. 6-foot junior from North Aurora.
Now batting number 13, Ryan Gilfillan.
First pitch from Perna is outside for ball 1. 1 on, 2 out. Perna trying to close out the 2019 regular season for CUC. One 0 pitch is outside, now 2-0. And Garcia wants to go have a word with Perna. Bermeo went to second on the play. CUC not doing any sort of holding on. (2-0) from Perna. Misses down, and it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Rockford just 0 for 6 with runners on here in the ballgame. 3-0 pitches swung on and fouled off, and it's 3-1. Gilfillan getting his first action of the whole 2019 season with this at bat. Kick the 3-1. Swung and fouled off, and the count's full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Rockford down to their final out. Stick around. We'll have head coach Mike Stosky following the conclusion of the ballgame. Kick and the 3-2 pitch. Swan spoiled foul again, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Getting a little Bronx cheer from the dugout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Perna readies, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him there, and that's your ball game. Cougars win this one 14-1. Final totals here in Game 2 of our doubleheader for the Regents. 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on. For the Cougars, 14 runs on 16 hits, 3 errors, and 9 left on. Winning pitcher is Brummel, now 2-0. Losing pitcher is Matthews, now 0-1. Head coach Mike Stosky will be coming up in just a little bit. Stick around here. We'll talk to him about today's doubleheader action and his team that now improves to 35-5 overall, 21-1 in the NACC. Rockford is now 9-25 overall, 3-17 in the NACC. Rockford will be back in action tomorrow against Wisconsin Lutheran. CUC will get ready for the conference tournament, which begins on Thursday night. We'll take a quick break, get you set up with head coach Mike Stosky in just a few moments. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner with head coach Mike Stosky following the sweep of Rockford. Coach, we got to talk about it. Pitching today, Chris Woods, Nick Brummel, two guys that haven't gotten a lot of opportunities this year, but man, they came and really showed out today.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we asked them to fill up the zone, and this is an opportunity for them. As you know, regionals coming around, and we can't take the entire team with us. We only can have a 25-man roster, and some of those guys that pitched today are going to be fighting to get onto that roster. So it was good just to see those two guys compete, get into some situations, and it paid off for them. Everything we've been preaching all year is fill up the zone early in the count, and you'll be rewarded for it, and they were today.
Van Duzer goes 4 for 6 in Game 2. He has 3 more hits in Game 1. You got to pray for opposing pitching if he's getting hot in that middle part of the order.
Yeah, I know. Brian's a guy that we kind of always rely on, and we're more surprised when he gets out. It's nice now because we always think that he plays best at the end of the season. And last year we saw that. We saw him really kind of take off as we got into the playoffs. So it's nice that he's hitting all types of pitching. He's hitting left-handers, right-handers, hard throwers, soft throwers. So that's going to really help us, obviously, in front of Brody when we get to the playoffs.
This is something you probably didn't think about. 35-5 regular season, best in program history. 21-1 conference play, best in conference history. What's it say about this group?
It just says that they believe in themselves. And this, this was the first year that people doubted us. It was the first year that we got to actually put some what you would call bulletin board material on our walls. We weren't supposed to win the conference. We were supposed to be kind of the second or third best team. We were supposed to kind of limp into the playoffs, and these guys just weren't going to believe that. They had their own story to tell, and a lot of these guys that are on this team have lived through really, really great senior classes that have had a lot of success, and they just wanted to be another senior class with a lot of success. So it says a lot because we turned over so much from a starting position standpoint to a pitching standpoint. We lost our top 6 inning guys from last year. So for all these guys to step in and take new roles and just run with it is it's pretty awesome to watch. And I'm looking forward to the next chapter of this season because we have a chance to play a lot of baseball still.
We're going to talk about it. We don't get a chance to talk to you for Coaches Weekly this week. Thanks, weather. It's been real kind to us.
Right.
But you head into the conference tournament, number 1 overall. Aurora is your big competition because when you look at it, they're the only ones that were able to put a blemish on your record in conference. Just your overall thoughts of where the team's at heading into the conference tournament Thursday night.
I think we're in such a great spot. I mean, the guys are super excited to compete at that level. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, we haven't played in a lot of really high-pressure games over the last 3 weeks, and we finally get back in it. And that's when our guys shine the most. I mean, you saw us when we're playing down in Florida in those games that really mean a ton to us. The guys played great. So it's not lost on our guys that we have one loss in the conference, that's to Aurora, and it's not lost on our guys that we got knocked out by them last year. So I think the guys are going to be hoping that Aurora gets that first win on Thursday afternoon.
Well, we hope we get to see you in the Thunderdome again here in a couple of weeks. We'll wait to see what the NCAA decides, and a lot can change over this weekend as well. Coach, good luck up at Mequon, and we hope to see you back at the Thunderdome here in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything you guys do.
Cougar fans, CUC sweeps a doubleheader with Rockford. They finished the regular season 35-5 overall and 21-1 in the NACC, both bests across the board. They head to the conference tournament, which begins Thursday night at Mequon. You can find all the live links to the games if you can't make it up to Concordia, Wisconsin at cucougars.com/coverage. For head coach Mike Stosky, I'm CJ Sellner, and everybody at Concordia University Chicago, thanks for tuning in this regular season. You can always find updates about CUC baseball at cucougars.com.